Awesome. Okay, everyone, happy Tuesday and happy 16th birthday to Plexus. We can't forget that this still remains our birthday month and we have lots of celebrating to do. I'm just getting this message off my screen. Okay, here we go. And I feel so fortunate to be with y'all today leading this call because today also happens to be my 11-year anniversary with Plexus. And I cannot, like, in my brain compute that it's been 11 years. We have been together for 11 years, and that is just such a gift. There's been a lot of reminiscing this morning, and I want to, every person that's on this call, I want to thank you because you have been a part of this journey on in some level or another. I probably would not have known any of you on this call if it wasn't for Plexus. And then the icing on the cake is that I get to call y'all my friends. And we've been through seasons together. We've been through fun seasons together. We've been through tough seasons together. And guess what? We will continue to go through fun and tough seasons together. And so as I celebrate today, I'm more celebrating us as a collective team and what we've been on together. So this is me thanking you for being here and being a part of this and what I would call a fantastic journey. And I hope that you agree with that. So today I thought we would do something a little fun, a little different. We always talk about showing up and the importance of showing up and that it is crucial to your Plexus business to show up on a consistent basis. I don't know about you, but for me, at times that gets overwhelming. That gets paralyzing even. And so I want to talk about 11 different ways, and I hope you kind of get wink, wink, why I chose 11 today. 11 ways that you can show up on social media. I chose this platform because this is the platform that feels noisy to me at times. It's the platform that helped me, number one, grow my business, but also number two, can kind of be my Achilles heel. And so I decided to dig in because if it's something that paralyzes me, I thought, well, why don't I train myself and then share what I learned with you all? So how does that sound? Sound good? Sound fun? Sound maybe valuable? So one of the ways you can show up and, grab a pen and paper, this is being recorded, or don't grab a pen and paper and listen to it later. One of the ways that you can show up is share a piece of content that made you feel something and then shout that person out. And so an example of that might be another creator that you just particularly liked one of their posts. You share the post and then you shout them out for being genuine, for being unfiltered, for being, valuable, shining that light on somebody else. I heard this a while back from who I don't know, one of these content creators, but they said one of the ways that you can get people to like you, but it's an instant connection is if you speak fondly of somebody else. So, if I'm in the room with Jody and Leanne and I say, or I'm in the room with Leanne and I say, one of the things that I love about Jody is her love for her family. Well, what that does is Leanne's probably like, well, I really like what Rainey said right there because she's saying something nice about Jody. And if she's saying something nice about Jody when Jody's not in the room, she's probably going to say something nice about me when I'm not in the room. And that makes me like Rainey. It's just like a little psychology 101, why I don't know why that works out, but that does work out that way. So that's a tip that you can use on social media. Number two, I'm going to go through these fast because I don't know how I time this out exactly. So we'll do our best to stick within 30 minutes. Number two, shout someone out. So it's still along the same lines, but a little different. You're going to shout someone out who made your day. Was it like this morning, this just happened. My sister sent me a text and was like, hey, I'm going to read it to y'all just because I don't want to butcher what she said. She was, aren't you an Enneagram 3? I think you are, and couldn't agree more with these being the best things about you. And she sent me this list from social media of what an Enneagram 3 is. Y'all, by the way, I don't know that I don't know what I am. So there's that. But everything that was on the list I really like. So I guess I'll take it. And so then I thanked her and I was like, that was so sweet. So you better believe that probably later on I'm going to shout my sister out in some way for just making my day. If it's private and personal, you don't necessarily have to share the details, but and how good does that make that person feel? Makes you feel good because you lift somebody up, but also it shows their audience an introduction to you. So that's my number 2. Number 3 might not be as easy or organic, but get on a video and share a pointless opinion. So let's give you an example of what that might look like. Hang on, I'm in my notes because my notes are all over the place. And those of you on the call, y'all know that that's just how I roll. So here's an example of a pointless opinion that you could post on social media. And by the way, these work for your stories or for your actual post in Instagram or Facebook. And I'll also give y'all a disclaimer. If y'all see me blinking a lot or rubbing my eye, I've got major allergies going on. And so like literally every time I blink, I kind of create this little cloud thing that's going on. So it's just a little tick I'm going to have today. I apologize. So here's a way that you could get on your video and talk about a pointless opinion. You could say, man, the weather's warming up. I'm really sad to get rid of my sweaters though. It's my favorite wardrobe. It's a pointless opinion, but it creates engagement. People get super passionate over some of the silliest things. So you could say, so how are you feeling about switching over to your summer wardrobe? Do you prefer summer over winter? Easy way to show up, easy way to create engagement. Okay, number 4, an ask. And what I mean by that is you could, and this is an example, you could get on social media and say, so I was just talking to a customer of mine that suffers with major allergies or has been experiencing brain fog. She's in her perimenopause phase. And I recommended XYZ product, Vital Biome, for her. And what she's found is, a month later, she's getting relief in these areas. So what I ask of you is if you know anyone that sounds like my friend, would you refer them to me? Just that simple, right? And that can be in your story, that can be on a Facebook post, and guess what? If live videos make you nervous, record it and post it. Like, I say anything that paralyzes you, immediately no. Immediately no. Like if it's stopping you in your tracks to the point where you're like, I just can't. And then you get nothing done for the day because you were so stuck on the thing that was paralyzing you, tweak it. Make it where it's more doable. I'm for sure not telling you not to step out of your comfort zone because y'all smarties on this call already know that that's part of this gig. We have to do that to move the needle forward. But I also will sit here on the flip side of it and tell you, don't paralyze yourself to the point where you get nothing done in the day. So that's an example of how you can get an ask out there and do it in a way that's relatable, it's validating because you're talking about a friend that's using your products and their experience. Okay, number 5, share a product offering. So, well, Vital Biome seems to be my guinea pig product of the day, so we'll just keep using her as our example. You could easily say to somebody, y'all know I take and share Plexus, and I normally take Vital Biome on a daily basis because I have a teenager that comes home and speaks 100 miles an hour. So Vital Biome helps keep me calm when she's telling her after school stories. And then you can say, and if you have a teenager or a toddler or a crazy cat that keeps you on your toes, I'm going to suggest Vital Biome for you too. And then maybe drop a little poll. But, if you're doing this in your story, you could just drop a poll with that little sliding emoji where people could like it and follow up with every single person that slides that emoji in any direction. Or you could actually do a poll like, yeah, this sounds like me, tell me more, whatever. But these are great ways to boost engagement with your audience. Okay, number 6. And it's time for a sip of Slim because my throat is dry. And I'm creating a cliffhanger. Okay, so number 6, a behind the scenes of your family life. Does that look like, Leanne, I know your son does racing. Is that something that could be a behind the scenes? Is it as simple as this is what I'm making for dinner? Or is it as simple as my husband leaves his socks on the floor. How about yours? And do a video of like, and it's a true story. We have a clothes hamper in our closet. Somehow my husband thinks it's total, like I don't know if I'm venting or just sharing a real life story with you. Somehow my husband on the daily leaves his socks and pants that he, after he changes, like by his bedside. And like, I'm a mama, I'm going to go pick that up every single morning. The other thing he does too, this is behind the scenes, we have, drawers that house our, socks, underwear, whatever, shorts. He leaves them slightly open every day. So like he'll go pull out his socks, closes the drawer, but leaves it that much open. The things that drive me crazy, right? So every morning I just go in and I close that. But how relatable. I mean, I see y'all laughing. So I mean, I feel like maybe some of y'all's husbands are doing the same thing. But these are things that I get in my head a lot. Like, who would want to hear about that? Well, I just got some laughs on this call. So I'm real life dog. Another real life. Does your dog bug you during your Zoom calls? But so do you see it's like these are relatable things that connect us and things that we could post about that don't seem like a big deal to us, but you create this relationship with people along the way because they're like, yeah, me too. Or my husband does something really similar to that. So that's something just to keep in mind is what you think is boring is actually super entertaining and often very relatable to the people that you're trying to reach. Number 7, share a reel. So it could be somebody else's reel and pair it with a poll. So what could that look like? What did I write down? Okay, so here's a good, okay, yeah. So I saw a really cute reel the other day of a girl who was she just did a reel of her jeans and she was saying how she put on jeans that really were her standing jeans, but she went to a sitting event. And so I just would then say, what if we reposted that reel and go, oh, who knows what standing jeans are? Who knows what this means? And you can just recycle somebody's content that's relatable to your audience. It doesn't have to be about standing jeans, but the engagement that will come from something, a modern term or something that you're familiar with that maybe somebody else isn't, they'll go, no, like either, what the heck is our standing jeans or I need more sitting jeans in my life. Well, also what we do, guys, is we help people make their standing jeans feel a little bit better too, right? So it's all connected. It's all connected. Okay, number 8. Okay, sorry, dog. Okay, so here we're going back to the pointless opinion in a different way. So sharing a pointless opinion, and here are some ideas of what I mean. Like PB&J, how do you make your PB&J sandwich? Is it equal parts peanut butter to jelly? Do you put peanut butter on both sides of the bread? People are passionate about these subjects. Toilet paper, right? I've seen several of y'all post about that. Are you over or under? Again, people, they want to talk about the toilet paper. And I don't know, maybe it's because we all had PTSD from 2020 and we almost didn't have any toilet paper, but we are passionate about our TP, aren't we? Socks on when you go to bed. That's another question that you could pose. We're having taco night. What are your favorite toppings for taco night? So again, these are some engaging questions. What's your secret ingredient in your spaghetti or your chili? Something that again is a connector and brings us together through opinion. Okay, number 9. How are we on? I think I'm flying actually through these. We're doing good. Okay, so number 9, provide a snapshot of a happy moment in your day. And I want to encourage us, whatever that looks like for you, right? And so I think a lot of times in Plexus, we think, well, I'm off brand if I post about that a coffee makes me happy, or I'm off brand if I post about my favorite chips, or my favorite snack. Like I've seen Cheyenne post about her favorite snacks, and I can't tell you how many times she's influenced me to go buy me some true fruit, or to go buy me some Thin Mint little doodahs from Costco, or everything bagel chips. I mean, she's got the snack hookup. And so I don't know whether to thank her or be mad at her. But my point is that we all eat. We all, have that connection. So share, and it doesn't have to be food related. Clearly, I'm hungry. Clearly, it's almost lunchtime because I'm focusing a lot on food. I've mentioned tacos. I've mentioned snacks. I mean, I need to go eat. But if you snapshot a happy moment, it's like a happy moment was just that text that I shared from my sister. A happy moment is spending these minutes with y'all today. Something that increases the lift on your face. Share that, and that will also be something that connects your audience. Number 10, I love, and it's one that I used to do, and in all transparency, totally gotten away from. And my dog's fighting me because he wants attention. But question like of the day or question of the week, it's a great way to get engagement. And again, these work for your stories as well as on Facebook. If it's on your stories, it can be a little, I don't want to say controversial, but I think you can dive a little deeper and a little bit more personal because reminder, stories are only seen by your friends, right? We're not reaching new people through our stories. So I think it's admirable and wanted to be genuinely you. So you can stir up, I don't want to say controversial questions, but just, whatever season you're going through in life, right? Like, when was your first kiss? Like just any question that sparks conversation and, um, to go further and for people to know you better. Yeah, more on the edge. Thanks, Jody. You saw me struggling with words. They're hard. They're hard on a Tuesday. But yeah, so I think it's and if you can tie in your product, I think that's great from time to time. But you don't always have to. I think these are opportunities to build rapport and trust and genuinity. Is that a word? If it's not, we just made it one. But just an opportunity for you to connect with your audience. Do y'all have thoughts on the question of the day or the week? Do y'all see where that could be of value to your audience? Do y'all have an example?
Well, I think anytime we can get that engagement, right? Anytime we can get people engaging and talking with us,
Yeah,
the better it is for when we do post about our products. And it honestly a lot of fun. You get to see who really sees all your posts.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, a thought and an example of how you could tie this in is like, let's say one of your questions of the day or week, however often you choose to do it, would be shush, 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 shush. This dog. Um, y'all can tell I'm distracted because of him. Stop. I need you to calm down. Would be okay. Do you sleep with a top sheet? Yes or no? That's your question of the day. And then the next day you could follow up with it. Go, do your story video. Go, man, those of you that don't sleep with that top sheet, you're stressing me out. I had to double up on my Vital Biome today. Right. So again, we're using Vital Biome as our highlight product. Shush. But that is absolutely, a way you could bring that together and bring Plexus back in. So then last one, and it seems like a good time because Rusty's gone crazy on us, is ask on food. Everybody eats, right? And so if you ask people's opinion on food, like, should I make tacos or spaghetti tonight? What are your opinions on sushi? Like we all eat, we all have opinions. You know, what is one food you absolutely will not eat? You know, people want to talk about themselves and we, like I've been so fortunate to travel around the world. And what I know is that food is our connector. Food is our connector. So when in doubt, if you take anything from this call, you take anything from this call, number one, Rusty is annoying. And number two is, you know, food, those common things, the things that you do daily are also things that other people do daily, and to connect there. I had to talk about the subject today because I find it to be one that paralyzes me on a pretty regular basis, and is a space that I can feel overwhelmed in. And so what I choose to do when I feel that is dig deeper into that subject. So I hope that these 11 purposely designed little tasks helped you today, because you know, they helped me. So I hope that they were valuable to you too. So I want to thank y'all for being here, and we can end the recording, shall we?